Welcome to the Head Scratch Show with your host, Lance. Today we will be going through the installation of the Wyze Thermostat. The thermostat is digital and can be hooked up to your Wi-Fi so you can control your thermostat with a smartphone. Now, before we begin, please turn off your power, and I am not a technician, and if you don't know how to do this, you shouldn't even be touching this. I'll be honest, you shouldn't even be touching it. But you do have to turn the power off on your furnace. Now, you should know exactly which one is the fuse on your furnace, or what I had was a power switch on the side, and I had to do that. So the system that I have is an HVAC, and there's an acronym for it over there. And this is not a system that's universal all over the world, I understand, but this is the one that I had and the installation that I had to go through. Now, the thermostat that I had before was this older one. 4 wires come upstairs. This was the thermostat on the left here, had a battery pack in there, so the juice for the thermostat is from the batteries. That's what powered. There was no power coming upstairs to the thermostat. Everything was from the battery. This is the configuration that it was. And you can see here the R is the C is cooling and the H is heating. That's this jumper cable. That's this jumper cable down right here. Here's the white, yellow, and green. That's all I had upstairs, and that's what the system I had to go figure out. Now, before I even touch anything, this was the wiring before I touched it. So on the furnace, this is a motherboard on the furnace. It's on there. You can down here, you can see it's stuck on. 5 wires off of the furnace and 4 wires are coming upstairs. I checked this orange wire and it was not coming upstairs. I think this was going to the air conditioner, and I did talk to the person that installed the furnace and we went through it. They said it probably is going to the air conditioner, which I needed to have go upstairs instead. So that's why I had some issues with this. So the first issue here is this Y1 is yellow, but upstairs when it comes up to black. So it's the black wire that came upstairs with the yellow. And also there's 5 wires downstairs and 4 upstairs. So there was a bit of an issue on why that was happening, because I thought that I needed to have the power upstairs and there's a wire missing and I'd have to rewire the upstairs to bring the 5th wire up. Now, on the installation of the thermostat, which finally worked because I had it configured before and I plugged it in and it did not power up. So I had to put everything back the way it was and think about it. And I came to the point where I had to draw this diagram before I even touch it. Now, the issue is here as well is that in Canada, when I did this, it was freezing outside. So I have a window of like 30 minutes to do this, because otherwise, if it's not going to power up, all the wires are going to go back, power up the whole furnace again and heat up the house, and I'll try again after. This is the configuration that finally worked. I used the C wire in the middle here. This was provided by the Wyze Thermostat, which was great. And the wires, as you can see, there are 5 wires on the furnace going into the gizmo, and from the gizmo, there are 5 wires coming out. These are the 5 wires upstairs. Now, if I go through this orange wire here, connected right into the gizmo, it was labeled a C. There are labels on the wires. They're very small with a Y and a W and an R and a G and a C. They're right on there. 5 wires. And what these 4 wires are coming up are exactly the same 4 wires that I had them before. If I went back up here, these are the same color wires. The trick here, and I'm not sure how this was a bit of a disconnect, this G hooks onto the C, which is the common. I think this was the one that actually finally made it work. So yellow here is, it's yellow, but it's a black wire. That hooked on this Y1. This white hooked onto the white, the red onto the RC. No jumper cable is required because I think the gizmo knows how to do it. The G hooked on to the C. And I think the first time I did it, I put it on the G, and I'm not sure how that happened, but after I said, you know what, I got to go back to the wire and figure this out, what it was. So this configuration finally worked. And I was talking to some people about this beforehand, and they thought I'd have to rewire, pick new wires from downstairs, upstairs, and rewire this. And I was going down that path, but I thought I'd give it another shot, drawing it out like this, picking the time when there's a window of time to do it in Canada when it's not freezing outside, and it finally worked. So if this information is informative, please like and subscribe, and peace out.